The universe is playing with you right now in a positive way. It is actually helping you to transition. It is helping you to ascend. It is helping you to shift. That's why you feel like you're waking up. Friends, welcome back to a new video today. We are finally back in the studio. It's renovated. I'm still, managing it a little bit, putting paintings on the wall, preparing everything. But in this video, I want to give you an update for the present energy for anyone who've been feeling quite a weird energy. The type of energy you often don't know how to explain. Some of you may feel more worried, some of you may feel more tired or exhausted, but many of you may feel drawn to certain spiritual retreats, drawn to emotional healing, drawn to deep introspection, so you would become more aware of your dreams, of your real intentions, of your real values, and the new life you're building. We are in a very potent transition right now. The whole year of 2024 is actually a year of trial and error. And the purpose behind trial and error is that every time we go and fail at something, we become more aware of what truly matters to us. Every time we receive a certain feedback that we would describe as a negative feedback, also turns us into more meaningful direction. So I want to talk about the present energy. We have the planet Neptune, the planet Saturn in retrograde, zodiac sign of Pisces. What does it mean? And also how long this energy will be potent. What does it mean for you and why you feel this strong energy, what to do with that. So I'm also sharing today with you painting the universe. Because the universe is playing with you right now in a positive way. It is actually helping you to transition. It is helping you to ascend. It is helping you to shift. That's why you feel like you're waking up. You're getting to the next level. You feel like everything you've been trying to manifest is now slowly starting to make more sense. Like what you truly want to manifest, what is truly a life of your vision. You're becoming more clear around what would be that perfect vision of the future for you, and most probably you're starting to meet new people in your life that are maybe on the same level, with whom you can do the emotional healing, with whom you can connect on a deeper spiritual level, and with whom you can go through the process of ascension, right? So I've came from a very powerful, beautiful retreat. So we've been in Czech Republic, we've been mountain biking, for those of you who've been following my videos, and then I took a break for I think 2-3 days because we've been completely off the grid. No internet, no Wi-Fi, no only spring water. We've been on a retreat. I've been invited to talk a little bit about transformation, to talk about our story. So me and Maya, my partner, have been sharing our story and talking with incredible people, talking with teachers, talking with people who are going through a spiritual awakening. It was a very beautiful community of people who are doing the work, people who are going through what most of you are going through right now. And it was beautiful to connect with everyone and to see where we are on different levels, but with same intentions, with similar values. And it just gave me so much hope to see, people who are really feeling one another. So I just came from that retreat and I feel recharged. And I felt a need to share this with you, just to let you know what was going on. So why I was not so active here. I was completely, off the internet. So yes, what's going on with the energy right now? Firstly, planet Neptune. is in retrograde of Pisces. And Neptune is the planet of dreams, intuition, illusions, and spirituality. When planet Neptune goes into retrograde, its energy is often, it manifests in a way that we just feel a deep need for introspection. Our intuition becomes more heightened, and we just experience a call for healing, a call for deep conversations. So firstly, what does it mean? Well, it's a planet of illusions and reality. It's a planet that connects us with our dreams, and it reminds us that also reality is a dream. Reality is a big illusion because it's all happening in our brain, it's all happening in our minds. And it's a call for deep introspection to notice from what kind of perception you're looking at the world. So Neptune retrograde can sometimes stripe away illusions you've created for yourself, certain limiting beliefs, limiting stories. Often during that time, you may be introduced to new outlooks, to new perception, to new knowledge. So, for example, when I was talking about transformation, people had questions like how to manifest something, what would be practical ways? And every time when I talk with people who want to manifest something, I notice they have limiting beliefs that are not allowing them to experience a life, because at the same time as they want maybe more money, they have a belief that money is bad or something like that. And we need to stripe away these illusions we've created for ourselves so we can experience a change. So this is a very, very potent time for us to notice our illusions. We're still in a time of throat center activation. It will be going until December 4th, and then we will transition into heart center, which means that right now, until December 4th, we are in a process where we're learning to express more truth, more honesty, more openness, more authenticity. And you're noticing what kind of expression is for you. Is it through dancing? Is it through art? Is it through organizing stuff, building new businesses, new companies that are more meaningful, more purposeful, more maybe authentic? Is this through music, through sound, through writing? We're all learning to express ourselves. I'm noticing in my life, I'm just becoming more truthful. I'm just becoming, even in my videos, I'm becoming more direct, I just feel like my channel is opening and I receive more direct guidance, and then I need to make a video. Like, it feels I'm guided to talk about this, and if I don't talk about this, it's like my guidance would be, cut off. It's like, do it or don't do it at all. And it's a purposeful act that we need to build some responsibility and a lot of respect for it. And we're in a time where we are being called into this kind of action of self-expression, because through self-expression, you're actually healing your emotional wound. So you're being faced with a lot of shame, with a lot of worry, with a lot of fear, with a lot of maybe frustration. But those are all just suppressed energies that will be released by expression through voice, through speaking, screaming, talking, even, talking about what negative stuff are happening in your life, finding someone who will openly listen to you. That's how you kind of dissolve the illusions you've created for yourself. And when you talk with someone who's maybe on a level where you want to be, they will show you what is limiting you. But then you need to do the work. You need to do the change that will take you there. You need to remove something that is keeping you where you are, and you need to start applying something new that will take you there, and that is uncomfortable. It's a call into deep introspection. So I encourage every one of you to reflect on, to journal about the things you don't like about your life. What created them? What cycles, what repetitive patterns created what you have right now? And what would be new behaviors that would change that? Reflect on it. How you feel? What's the belief behind that emotion? Each thought creates an emotional, chemistry in the body. So reflect on your thoughts. You have heightened intuition right now. So also focus on what you feel deeply instinctively, deeply intuitively. What do you feel? Focus on how you feel and what calling is taking you into growth. This is often a scary calling. Take it easy, but trust it. Trust it, because what you feel is real. What you feel intuitively is coming from your future. Your future self is giving you signals through your intuition, taking you to where you belong. So when you have this intuitive senses, like I need to start doing this, I need to grow here, I need to let go of this, I need to start saying no to this kind of things so I can say yes to this kind of things. Experiment with that a little bit. Listen to yourself. Then healing and release is happening. As I've been on that retreat, I've seen so many people screaming, people crying, people opening up, talking with people who just, you give them the right questions and you see tears in their eyes, you see healing happening. That's what's happening right now. This is all the product of Neptune, planet Neptune being in retrograde of Pisces, very emotional sign, dreamy sign, wakening you up to the next level, my friend. You got this. You just need to know you got this. Feeling emotional is okay. Being sensitive is your superpower, because you can use your senses to create a beauty that can't be created by senseless people. All artists, all great leaders, all great inventors have been sensitive people, highly sensitive people. Only when you are sensitive, you can sense an idea. You can sense intuition. You can sense meaning. You can see value in pain only when you're sensitive. But sometimes when we're oversensitive, because our emotions are unbalanced, because our mind is unbalanced, because we are overwhelmed doing too many things that are draining us, we need to manage ourselves. People say I need to manage my time, but you actually need to manage yourself, because we all have same amount of time. So you need to learn to manage yourself. And it just means, what does it mean? Well, it means check up your priorities. How much you're doing things you don't like, and how little you're doing things that actually bring happiness into your life. And then create some balance there. We all have responsibilities. Some of them are not so pleasant. It's completely fine. But then add up some responsibilities that will be meaningful to you. Like for me, daily work, daily meditation, daily, if I'm in my studio, daily painting, making videos for you. It's not always pleasant, but it brings me meaning, it brings me satisfaction, it brings me purpose. So focus on that. Then when it comes to the planet Saturn, retrograde in Pisces, well, Saturn is the planet of structure, discipline, and karma. It's very masculine energy. So it's beautiful to see the very spiritual energy from the planet Neptune and then masculine energy of the planet Saturn. This combination brings to us a lot of need for spiritual discipline. So when planet Saturn is in Pisces, in retrograde in Pisces, its energies manifest very inwardly, often calling us into reassessment of our responsibilities and commitment. This is very powerful. So it calls us into, as I said, spiritual discipline, into noticing the byproduct of our behaviors, karmic cycles, karmic lessons, not avoiding people who trigger us anymore because we have karmic connection with them, not avoiding activities that trigger us because we may have certain karmic lessons to learn there. Actually, when I came to that retreat this weekend, I actually judged it at the beginning because I thought it's something, I'm not used to. I've made a video going off the grid, and then after that, that off the grid just became more extreme, which was very, very powerful and beautiful experience for me. But at the same time, it was triggering a little bit because I was not used to this kind of work. I've been speaker in, very organized places, talking on stage and all the technology and screens and, having presentation and things like that. Here it was in nature. I was actually having an ability to talk with others in the middle of the forest, which was such an incredible experience. But honestly, I was judging it at the beginning. But then I came there, I talked with people, and I've noticed this is a community where everyone is connected. No one is judging anyone, even though they're all going through their own battles. Each of us is going through something, but there we open up and we connect. And you see, we all have this kind of triggering events in our lives, and if we allow ourselves to indulge in them, we find a deeper truth behind it. So we noticed the trigger was actually our mental frame, judging something based by what we thought in the past, how it is, based by what we've been told by people who've been never a part of it. And then we get in and we notice the truth is different. The truth will set us free because we notice we had no idea what the truth is until we experience it. And usually it's love. It's love. You see a connection. You see that, everyone who's going through something is also a beautiful person inside. And those are very beautiful realizations. That's what happens when planet Saturn retrogrades in Pisces. We experience this kind of spiritual shifts. We become more aware of our boundaries and limits. So many people may be challenged right now to set healthier boundaries in their spiritual and emotional lives. So I've seen one person said, in my normal life, I thought I'm weird and everyone else is normal. So I always felt like I'm standing out and I can't fit in. But then from this retreat, he said, well, now I know all of them are weird and I'm normal. Because he came in touch with his humanity. And that's how we feel when we go through the process of spiritual awakening. We thought we are weird because we've been trying to fit into places we don't belong. And then we embrace our authentic nature and we recognize this is what's really normal. The real norm of life of a human being is to embrace your own unique individuality and then learn to express it and master it. This is the third phase of transformation in alchemy, the red phase, which says the phase of crystallization and mastery. When you know who you are, you need to master yourself, and it takes time. So this is all the Saturn retrograde in Pisces, spiritual discipline. So you may be very inspired right now to go into this kind of retreats. I've seen many comments actually from people right now going to this kind of retreats, doing inner work, maybe changing their routines, their spiritual practices, whatever helps them to connect with what Native Americans would call the Great Spirit, right? The essence of life, the intelligence of the universe, but also with the quantum field that holds within infinite, or maybe not infinite, but incredible amount of data, of information, of different realities, of parallel realities where everything you ever wanted exists as a potential, as a wave of energy. And you just need to tap into that frequency and you start experiencing a lot of incredible manifestations. But often manifestations happen when you become a bit more happier, when you become more joyful. In my life, I experience the most incredible things when I'm joyful, when I do things that I love doing, because when I'm in joy, I don't expect anything, I don't wait for anything, and I don't hope for anything to change. I don't need any change because I'm in awe, I'm in love with life. And that's when the most incredible things happen. So it's a reminder for you to find more joy, to prioritize more things that bring you joy, my friend. You got this. It's your inner responsibility. And joy will take you to purpose. Another thing about Saturn retrograde in Pisces is a reflection on life's purpose. I often say that manifestation happens when it's supported with a purpose. But living a life of constant manifestation can only happen if you live a whole life with purpose. When you have reason behind why you're doing something. You see in the Matrix, most people don't know why they're doing what they are doing because they've been programmed to do what they do and they never question what they are doing. When people ascend from this Matrix mentality, they start asking themselves, why am I doing that? Why am I making these videos? Because I want to inspire people. I love seeing people who are changing their lives for the better and I want to see more of that. So there is a big reason behind it. Why am I painting? Because firstly, I love to paint, but secondly, I love to bring beauty onto the world. I love to bring meaning onto the world. I love to bring stories on canvas to the world and inspire people this way. This is my purpose behind that. And I'm giving it to you. So this is all the process of inner realization of purpose. It doesn't need to be something that sounds spiritual or something that sounds mystical. It just needs to be something that speaks to you and awakens a great sense of joy and happiness inside of your heart. So when we combine these two energies, the Neptune and Saturn retrograding in Pisces, the combined energy is calling us to balance our dreams with reality, to call our dreams into reality, to embody the dream life we would love to experience. I call it the perfect vision of the future. When you take a piece of paper and write down the perfect life you could live and you start to think, you stop thinking from the present state of consciousness how it would be possible, but you actually just make it possible firstly in your vision. You write it down, you find courage to write it down because most people just don't believe it's possible and they never do it. But then I ask them, well, how would you feel if that would be real? And they say, oh, I would be very happy, I would be very free, I would feel a lot of freedom. And I say, well, what brings you these emotions then? Well, when I'm doing this and that, I feel more of it. Well, then start doing more of these things that bring you into an emotional state of freedom and joy. Like I go out on my bike and I feel freedom. When I come back home, I start writing my dream life because when I'm in a state of freedom, liberation, and incredible joy, well, I dream greater dreams. I have greater dreams because I'm not limited by my ego. Ego is attached to what we have and we think it's all that it's possible. Well, your imagination has no limits, but imagination needs higher frequency to expand its potential, and higher frequency means higher emotion. That's what you need. And if you focus more on the things that lift you up and then write down your dream future, well, you may be surprised where your intuition will take you. You also, because of this combination right now, you're getting a lot of spiritual accountability, a sense for spiritual accountability, which often can manifest in a need to help someone in some way. And you feel accountable, you feel responsible, you feel a need to give something to someone, to give some support. And you know, if you want to do that, you need to find support in you, right? So it must be meaningful, it must be purposeful. You feel like it's important for me to take time for myself every single day at that hour, maybe. This is my time, right? Become accountable. A sense of accountability for me is to do daily videos. Like, doesn't matter how I feel, I will do it. I will express how I feel. I will express what I'm going through. I'm honest with you. And because of that, I've built a lot of discipline in my life. And because of that, I've become quite confident in expressing my honesty, which was actually not my nature, as I'm coming from a background where everyone was holding back emotionally. So I've needed to learn that. And then integration of all these lessons you've been through. Integration means that once you learn what you should stop doing, you actually stop doing it in practice. This is integration. It's integration of knowledge into being, into action. That's when you go from mind to body, from intellect to a physical experience. This is a very powerful thing you can do. And this is all that you may be called right now into doing. Integration of lessons. Not just physical, like losing money or whatever, but also spiritual, mental, emotional lessons. If someone is constantly robbing you from your dream, from your energy, from your, power, then the lesson here is to cut these people out or set greater boundaries. Say no to them. For some of you, if you're more sensitive, more empathic, it may be a very challenging thing to do, but what's challenging is also liberating. And what we do in challenging times that empower us also liberates us, right? So the message here is have courage to be disliked, have courage to express your truth, and have courage to follow your intuition. So you can find a way to sharpen yourself, to build up yourself. As I mentioned in the previous video, sometimes life breaks you down, but then it builds you up into a greater version of yourself. And right now, the whole world is breaking down. We see what's happening. It's crazy what's happening. I've just seen a video of Trump getting shot. And if it's real or not, I don't care. But I see these things as events of great transition that's happening on the world. And at that time, in these times, you need to feel power within you. You need to be centered. And to be centered, I mean to find such a stability inside of your mind so your emotional body can become more stable. So you stop reacting to the outside world, because outside world, well, it is a reflection of our inner world. And to find that kind of stability means you need to have tools. You need to have a strong body. You need to empower your mind with right information. But then you need to practice those information. You need to put knowledge into work so you can filter what is real and what's not so real. What's helpful and what's not so helpful, what just sounds beautiful but it's not practical, and what's maybe too practical but has no high energy to it, no enthusiasm in it. It's a play of balance. And as I said, the year 2024 is a year of trial and error. We are learning, but it's all about managing our fears. Until December, it's all about managing our fears. After December, you will become so much comfortable. For those of you who are really doing the work, you will become so much comfortable. If you feel any worry, or if you allow any worry to cause a reaction, that it take you away from aligned action, well, you're in a test right now. Until December, you may be tested. How much, even though you may feel afraid and worried and scared because of something that is maybe not really how you would like it to be, how much it is still pulling you away from aligned action. Aligned action is action that is motivated by your inner sound, by your inner vision. When someone do aligned action, even though they feel worried and scared, well, they experience incredible mystical experiences, incredible manifestations. I've experienced that so many times that I just know it's real, and I'm giving it to you. So we're in a test, we're in a season of being tested to start trusting more to our spiritual abilities and our real power, which is trust in intuition, ability to organize our minds the way that we actually design our future vision and we follow it. And then from December on, we are going into more heart center, which means that we'll start manifesting more of the things that will align with love, with connection. Communities will start getting bigger, and we'll also see a lot of positive changes in the world. We'll see. It's a very, very interesting energy that's coming in. So, my friends, I hope you found this video and this information helpful and powerful. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power, and I'm excited to make more incredible content in this new studio. I will show you more when it's finished. Until now, it's what it is, and have a beautiful day. I'm sending you all, once again, lots of love, and thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon for more exclusive content now when we're back home. And thanks to everyone for supporting my art in our store, AttractPassion.com, where you can find all of my paintings, prints of my paintings, stickers. And it's a store, I Draw My Passion, whatever platform you prefer the most. Thank you so much for your support. With that, you're supporting this mission, and I'm truly grateful for you. The link to the store and the Patreon page, it's all in the description. Till next time, my friends, one love.